الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق أجمعين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. The reason why we talk about the miracles of the Quran is to increase our faith and belief. Some people believe in the Quran and the prophethood of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam without the need for these miracles. For example, some people joined Islam because they knew Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam during his life, and they knew him as someone who is honest, truthful, and trustworthy. He came with a message of guidance and peace, and that was enough for them. They didn't ask for a miracle. However, most people are not the same. It is not easy to believe in something or someone without proof and evidence. That is why the Quran had to be a living miracle to the end of time. Today we will talk about plants, specifically the journey of the seed and its development. Plants were mentioned in the Quran more than 100 times. The first verse we will focus on is from chapter 6, verse number 99. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَهُوَ الَّذِي أَنزَلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً فَأَخْرَجْنَا بِهِ نَبَاتَ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ فأخرجنا منه خضرا نخرج منه حبا متراكبا. The ayah continues after that to describe different types of fruits and vegetables and so on. The verse means here, it is He who sent down water from the skies. With it we brought forth vegetation of all kinds. Then from it we brought forth green, out of which we brought forth grain heaped up, and so on, to continue with the verse. The verse continues, as I said, to describe different kinds of vegetation. We want to focus on two things in this verse. The first reference is that this verse and many other verses in the Quran indicate that water initiates the growth of plants. The second thing is related to what we talked about in our last presentation. The word khadiran here means khadiran. It means green. We said the last time in our last presentation, there is a focus on the green parts of plants in the Quran. The chlorophyll in chloroplast, which is the green pigments responsible for the production of everything the plant needs, including the formation of seeds. The next verse talks about seed germination. In chapter 6, verse number 95, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ فَالِقُ الْحَبِّ وَالنَّوَى يُخْرِجُ الْحَيَّ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ وَمُخْرِجُ الْمَيِّتِ مِنَ الْحَيِّ ذَلِكُمُ اللَّهُ فَأَنَّى تُؤْفَكُونَ. Meaning, indeed, God cleaves the grains and the seed, or the fruit stone. He brings forth the living from the dead and the dead from the living. That is God. How then can you, deluded, turn away the truth? The word hab refers to all kinds of grains, such as wheat and oat. The word nawa refers to seeds or pits, such as those from apples, oranges, peaches, dates, and so on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala causes all grains and the seeds to split. In this verse, the Quran emphasizes the most important event in the life of a plant. It is when the seed splits and starts to germinate. It is similar to the moment when a baby is born, a moment of transformation from one world to another. The seed embryo is protected by a shield called the seed coat. But the seed coat has a hole where water can enter to wake up the embryo and trigger the process of germination. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala implemented in plants the ability to sense the suitable environment to grow. When the time comes, a baby plant emerges from the seed to start a new life. Let's take a small break. We will be right back. Welcome back. So, as we'll continue with this verse, we'll talk about يخرج الحي من الميت. So, he brings forth the living from the dead. The power of life is amazing. A plant is soft yet very powerful. I've seen plants crack streets and sidewalks. They split the concrete when they emerge. I've seen plants push over a building, a whole building, as they grow. So powerful and so full of life. The verse talks about life and death. One of the most complicated puzzles people have ever faced, people they have been trying to solve. No one has been able to reveal the secret of life. No one has been able to decipher the complexity and the identity of life. Allah brings the living from the dead and the dead from the living. It is impressive to see the living seed, the embryo, inspired by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to germinate out of dead material using the genetic code that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala implemented in it. The seed grows out of relying on water, dirt, and sunlight, which are dead material. Life comes from dead material everywhere on this earth, at the bottom of the ocean or in the dry desert. We already talked about this in more details about 2 weeks ago in our presentation titled The Life Challenge. In chapter 13, Surah Al-Ra'd, verse number 4, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وفي الأرض قطع متجاورات وجنات من أعناب وزرع ونخيل صنوان وغير صنوان يسقى بماء واحد ونفضل بعضها على بعض في الأكل إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون. And on the earth there are neighboring tracts, gardens of grapevines, crops, palm trees, some stemming from the same root, others standing alone. They are all irrigated with the same water, yet we make some taste better than others. Surely, in this are signs for those who understand. The verse refers to the divine power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ability to create fruits in different shapes and tastes. We see two plants next to each other in the same garden or in the same backyard. They take from the same source of water and dirt under the same environmental conditions. However, the genetic code in each plant enables it to choose the right material in specific concentrations and the right amount of water and ratios that are suitable for it to have its own distinguished shape and taste. What's mentioned in the Quran 1400 years ago has been confirmed by science. As you can see here, all of these fruits and vegetables, they would be coming from the same piece of land with the same water under the same conditions, yet we saw all of these colors, shapes, and tastes. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept your prayers, fasting and good deeds. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Muhammadin wa alihi al-tahirin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.